So let's discuss about the Plasmodium life cycle, which means a Plasmodium vivax. It is a malarial parasite. So here the systematic position is like this: kingdom Protista, phylum Protozoa, class Sporozoa, genus Plasmodium, and here the species is vivax. Okay, so this is the systematic position of the parasite, that is the malarial parasite, that is Plasmodium vivax. Okay, so it is an endoparasite. We all know that it is an endoparasite and intracellular sporozoan parasite causing the malaria in man. Okay, this is a female Anopheles the thing is, it is a parasite, that is Plasmodium vivax. Here it completes its life cycle in two hosts. That is why it is called as digenetic. Digenetic. It completes its life cycle in two hosts. Here the first one is the primary host and the second one is secondary host. Okay, primary host and secondary host. Here the primary host is the female Anopheles mosquito. The female Anopheles mosquito, which is a primary host. Why this particular Anopheles mosquito is a primary host is because it completes its sexual reproduction in the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, that is why it is based on that criteria. Wherever the parasite completes its sexual reproduction, then it becomes a primary host. Okay, and the secondary host is man or human. Okay, secondary host is man. So here the particular this Plasmodium vivax is discovered by Laveron, the scientist called Laveron, in RBCs of human. Okay, this particular malarial parasite was discovered by the scientist called Laveron in RBCs of human. Okay, so here we have different types of besides Plasmodium vivax, we have different types of species. The Plasmodium vivax species, in which the first one is Plasmodium vivax, we all know that, and the Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium falciparum, then the last one is Plasmodium malariae. Okay, these are the four species which is commonly known. Okay, here based on the type of malaria, this particular vivax, species vivax, causes a benign tertian malaria. Okay, benign tertian malaria. The Plasmodium vivax is also known as, which is caused by the malaria which is caused by this particular species, is also known as benign tertian malaria, and in case of Plasmodium ovale, it is called as mild, M-I-L-D, mild tertian malaria. Okay, and the next is about the falciparum. Here this is called malignant tertian malaria. Okay, malignant tertian malaria, and the last one is, this is called, for Plasmodium malariae, it is a quartan tertian malaria. Okay, this is based on the type of species. And as I told you before, it is a digenetic in nature, completes its life cycle in two hosts. Primary host is female Anopheles mosquito and the secondary host is man. Okay, coming to the life cycle of Plasmodium vivax, it completes its life cycle in three phases. Okay, in three phases, in which the first one is zygogony, second one is gamogony, and the third one is sporogony. Okay, sporo, S-P-O-R-O-G-O-N-Y, sporogony. So here let's start with the first phase of the parasite life cycle, that is schizogony. Okay, here it is a asexual reproduction by multiple fission. Asexual reproduction by multiple fission takes place in two different cells, two different cells, okay, in which the first one is liver cell and the second one is RBC cell, okay. Schizogony is a asexual reproduction, takes place by the two different cells. Asexual reproduction, multiple fission takes place by two different cells, in which the first one is liver cell and the second one is RBC cell. Here in case of this, the liver cell is also called as hepatic schizogony and the RBC cells is also called as erythrolytic schizogony. Okay, so schizogony occurs, it is nothing but a asexual reproduction, asexual schizogony. And coming to the second one, it is a gamogony. As a name says, it is a sexual reproduction. Okay, it is a sexual reproduction, and here gamete formation will be there, and here in case of gamogony, the particular cycle, or it starts in human and gets completed in female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, starts in human and gets completed in female Anopheles mosquito. And the last one, the last phase of the parasite is sporogony. Okay, sporogony. Here it completely takes place in the female Anopheles mosquito. Formation of the sporozoids. Okay, formation of the sporozoids. This is completely takes place in the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, here it is a asexual schizogony, sexual gamogony and asexual sporogony. These are the three life cycles in which the parasite completes its life cycle. Okay, three phases of life cycle. And coming to the symptoms, here what happens is symptoms is of three types here in case of this, in which the first one is chill or cold stage. There are three stages of symptoms: chill or cold stage. Second one is hot or fever stage, and the third one is sweating stage. Okay, these are the three stages of symptoms. Here the first one is chill or cold stage, second one is hot or fever stage, and the third one is the sweating stage. So here in case of hot or fever stage, why it is so? So here this particular fever, high fever stage, is because of the formation of hemozoin, H-A-E-M-O-Z-O-I-N, hemozoin. Okay, so because of the presence of this particular chemical, that is hemozoin, we can see the hot stage or high fever stage, hot stage or fever stage. Here it is a chemical. It is a chemical. Hemozoin is a chemical and it is a pyrogen. Okay, it is a pyrogen. It is a pyrogen. Pyrogen is nothing but a fever causing substance. Pyrogen is a fever causing substance. So the thing is, when the infected mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito, it contains sporozoids in its salivary gland. Okay, when the infected mosquito bites the healthy man, bites the healthy man, through the bloodstream, the sporozoids which is present in the salivary gland of the female Anopheles mosquito enters to the fresh liver cells of the human. Okay, enters to the fresh liver cells of the human. There it undergo a multiplication. And later on what happens is, the liver cell is ruptured. Okay, and the sporozoites which is multiplied inside the liver cell, that comes to the RBC cell, where that particular parasite or the sporozoite that feeds on the hemoglobin or erythrocyte. Feeds on the erythrocytes. Okay, feeds on the erythrocytes, and again it ruptures the wall of the RBC cell. Along with that, what happens is there is a toxin called, or a chemical or a toxin called emozoin will be released. Whenever the chemical, that is emozoin, is released, then the person, the affected person can see the stage, the second stage, that is a hot or fever stage, high fever. So at that particular time we can see the fever stage. Okay, whenever the chemical or the substance is released, the emozoin, we can see the hot stage, that is the fever stage, high fever stage. So this is about the symptoms. So followed by this hot fever stage, what happens is this particular chemical, that is emozoin, that gets destroyed. Okay, it will destroyed, then it subside to the next stage, that is what is called the sweating stage, the third stage of the symptom. The first one is chill or cold stage, second one is hot or high fever stage, and the last one is a sweating stage. So hot stage, high fever stage, it's because of the chemical, that is emozoin. Emozoin is a pyrogen. Pyrogen means a fever causing substance. Whenever this particular substance released, the person can see the hot stage or the high fever stage. Okay, and followed by we have the sweating stage. Then coming to the treatment, the particular treatment for this is, here we have two kinds. The one is pathogen specific treatment, and the second one is symptom targeted treatment. Treatment is of two types, one is pathogen specific, another one is the symptom specific treatment or symptom targeted treatment. Here for pathogen specific treatment we can use the drugs such as quinine, which would be very useful, quinine drug. Okay, and for this symptom targeted treatment we can use any antipyretic drugs that will bring down, or that would bring down the fever, Okay, these are the two treatments of this particular disease, that is the malaria. So, and this is about the life cycle of the malarial parasite, that is Plasmodium vivax. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the life cycle of the malarial parasite, that is Plasmodium vivax. Okay, so here the infected female Anopheles mosquito, in the female Anopheles mosquito, particularly in the salivary gland, the sporozoites will be present. Okay, sporozoites in salivary glands of the female Anopheles mosquito. When this particular infected mosquito bites the healthy man, here a sexual reproduction takes place. Okay, sexual reproduction takes place by multiple fission. It occurs. Okay, by multiple fission it occurs. Here the sporozoites which is present in the salivary glands of the female Anopheles mosquito, when it bites the healthy man, reaches the fresh or healthy liver cells. Okay, this sporozoite reaches the liver cell of a man. Okay, then what happens is it forms a cryptozoite. And that particular cryptozoites undergo multiple fission. Okay, the nucleus which undergo nucleus divides and undergo multiple fission. Okay, then what happens is after undergo multiple fission, it forms a metacryptozoids. It forms a metacryptozoids. Here the cell wall of the liver cell wall is ruptured and the metacryptozoids will release out of the other cells, other liver cells. It may be reaches enter to liver cell, fresh liver cells, or it may enter to RBC cells. Okay, so here again it enters to new metacryptozoids, enters to new liver cell. Here this particular stage is called schizoid stage. Then it undergo multiple fission. Okay, then again the reproduction, the formation of the metacryptozoids takes place as in case of this, okay, by multiple division. Then what happens is this, after complete division, the sporozoids will come out of the liver cell. Here the liver cell will be ruptured and it releases the sporozoid. It may releases to new healthy liver cell or it may releases to RBC cell. Okay. So here what happens is the red blood corpuscles, that is RBCs, to this healthy RBC cell, red blood corpuscles, the sporozoid will enter. Okay. Then it forms a trophozoid. It forms a trophozoid stage. Trophozoid stage. Then here what happens is there is a formation of vacuole or a cavity like structure and it forms a ring like appearance. It forms a ring like appearance and this particular ring like structure is called as signet ring stage. Signet ring stage, followed by this particular parasite which is in a signet ring shape, okay, that will leads to the formation of amoeboid stage. Okay, the irregular structure, that is what is amoeboid stage. Okay, then here what happens is it undergo a multiple fission. Again this particular cell undergo, or the parasite undergo multiple fission and forms 6 to 24 daughter nucleus, 6 to 24 daughter nuclei. At the center of this particular cell there is a presence of a toxin substance, that is what I told you previously, that is the hemozoin. Okay, at the center of this particular cell there is a presence of chemical, that is what is called the hemozoin. Okay, hemozoin is present or accumulated at the center. Then this 6 to 24 daughter nuclei is somewhat look like a rose flower. Okay, hence this particular stage is called as rosette stage. Okay, rosette stage, followed by the divided daughter nuclei gets come out by rupturing the RBC cell. Okay, it comes out and from here the asexual cycle in man takes place. From here asexual cycle in man takes place. Here what happens is there is a formation of the gametes. Gamete formation takes place here. Okay, and the first one is microgametocyte, gamete formation takes place, and the next one is the mega, which is big, larger in size. This will be the megagametocyte and this is the microgametocyte. Okay, here this microgametocytes undergo multiple fission and it forms somewhat a spindle shaped, which is around 8 to 11 microns in long, in length. Okay, sickle shaped. Okay, somewhat a sickle shaped exflagellation takes place and it forms a microgamete. Okay, here from the asexual cycle in man there is a formation of gametocyte, formation of gamete formation takes place, and in which the larger one is megagametocyte and the smaller one is microgametocyte. Okay, we have two gametes here, and in case of microgametes it undergo multiple fission and it produces microgametes, many microgametes. Okay, it undergo a elongated structure or thread like structure, that is what is called exflagellation. Okay, here in case of this the spindle shaped or X-flagellated microgamete that will enter to the megagametocyte. Okay, that will enter to the megagametocyte. Okay, from here the gametogony stage starts. Okay, when this microgamete and megagamete fuse and it forms a zygote. It undergo fertilization and forms a zygote, and this particular stage is called eukaryote stage. Okay, and this particular eukaryote enters to the stomach wall. And it reaches the blood of the human. Okay, and this is the sexual cycle in mosquito. Here sexual cycle in mosquito starts when it reaches the this thing hemolymph. When it reaches the hemolymph, it spreads all over the body. Okay, and here what happens is this oocytes start dividing. Okay, nuclei will forms, it undergo division, nuclei are forms, and here there is a presence of cytoplasmic masses. After this, the stage that is sporogony started. Here the formation of sporozoites takes place. Okay, this particular oocyst undergo division. Okay, the nuclei undergo the division and it forms a sporozoites. Okay, it forms a sporozoites. Here again it enters to the when the affected man is or the healthy mosquito is bite the affected man, it goes and settle in the salivary glands of the or in the saliva of the mosquito, healthy mosquito. Okay, so the sporozoites will be enters into the mosquito or the salivary gland of the mosquito, and the cycle will be continued. Okay, so this is about the life cycle of the malarial parasite, that is the Plasmodium vivax. The thing is, the infected Anopheles mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito bites the healthy man, and the sporozoites, which is an infective stage sporozoid, which is 8 to 11 micron in length, which is a sickle shaped sporozoid, which is an infective stage that will enter to the liver cell. Okay, liver cell. Then it undergo multiplication. Okay, sexual reproduction takes place, multiplication takes place. Then the cell wall, the liver cell wall will be ruptured, and it again enters to the RBC cells. Okay, and it completely, the sporozoites or the merozoites completely feeds on the erythrocytes or the hemoglobin in the RBCs, in the RBCs. Then the cycle will be continued as such. Okay, this is about the life cycle of Plasmodium vivax. Thank you.